across the country, there's a lot of Canadians preparing to go back to work right now. And there are some employers who are doing a good job of ensuring that there's a safe workplace with the right procedures and the right equipment. But unfortunately, there are some employers who are not. And for Canadians who are employed by those employers, that means a really tough decision about going back to a workplace where they don't feel safe and that they may, present a threat to their families or to their communities, or staying home and worrying about not getting paid because they're not at work, and not being paid because they lose access to the CERB. So I'm wondering what guidance the federal government has for people who feel that their workplace is not a safe workplace at this time and that their employer hasn't done their due diligence, who are concerned about losing access to CERB.
The Honourable Minister.
I thank the member opposite for his question. Mr. Speaker, we are very concerned about the safety of our workplaces, and we don't want any worker to feel unsafe as they go back to work, but we do want people to go back to work, Mr. Speaker. We are working very closely with the provinces. The Minister of Health is working on occupational health and safety guidelines. The Minister of Labour is working with her colleagues. We are taking an all-of-government approach to ensure that workers are safe, that they don't have to put their lives or the health of their families in jeopardy, and that we can support them in these efforts.
And back to you, Mr. Blaikie.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think the issue here is that Canadian workers really do need some certainty about what the federal government would consider an adequate employment offer, or an offer to come back to work, meaning that they wouldn't be on CERB. I mean, can Canadians be confident that they're just going to stay on CERB whether they go back to work or not, whether their employer offers or not? Or I think there's a lot of people who have anxiety about this, and it's a difficult time. So when is the government going to release some formal guidance on how people go about refusing unsafe work?
The Honourable Minister.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we know that provinces have their own individual workers' compensation and refusal to work mechanisms, but the point for us here in government, Mr. Speaker, is to work with employers, to work with provinces so that we make our workplaces safe.
But this is about CERB eligibility. So, I mean, I respect that.
No, order, no, we're...